Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Circle of Hani with Yulala Gomez. And today we are going to have an interactive tarot reading. We have two options. Option number one, traditional tarot. Option number two, an artistic version. I don't know the name of this one, but yeah, similar to the Rider White, but it's a artistic version. So feel free to connect group number one, group number two. And if you chose group number two, you can skip the video to the second group. So before we start, I want to get a message for group number one from the Oracle, the Priestess of Light. Okay. The message that we got here is called adjustment. Okay. Adjustment, looking back and moving forward with the number 24. Okay, so if you resonate with the frequency 6, with the frequency 24, then this message is for you. And if not, let's see what the message says to us about what the priestess wants to tell us. But basically, the adjustments is when we are in a process of a stop, we are in a pause, and look, she has on top of her an owl. And the owl is an animal that have an amazing vision. So there is a moment of pause. She's moving, I don't know if you see it in the camera, but she's actually moving towards the right. And every movement, when we see a movement towards the right, is talking about future. However, she's looking to the back. So it's her body is facing the future. However, her eyes are facing the past. Okay? It's an interesting pose. It's like she's not simply looking at the right, she's actually looking at the back. Let's say towards the left kind of thing. Even though her body is turning towards the future, she's looking towards the past. And the owl is supporting her. And what this is suggesting is that, yes, you're moving forward and you have a plan and you have an idea about the choices that you took and about the decisions that you made and the plans that you had in mind. But it's okay to pause. And this pause might be that you're feeling it in a very forceful way. It might be that this pause, you didn't expect it. This pause might be due to the retrogrades of the planets, the karmic season that we are crossing. And life forced you to do a stop. But they are saying if that's the case, it is fine. Because only when you look back and you actually see with clarity what you are leaving behind, you can focus more on the direction that you're moving towards. It's very important to develop patience because it's easy to move, but it's difficult to wait. We want to see the result of things in a very fast manner. So take this message as if things are not moving as you expect them to move, there is a wisdom behind them. They are telling you is the moment to reevaluate what you left behind, with the concepts, with the belief systems that you developed around it, with the judgment that you gave to the situations, with the evaluation that you did about the history, and it's okay. You are going to be able to move forward once this revision is finished. And while you can connect with the spiritual animal, the owl, you can Google it. What is the message of this totem? And yeah, well, let's start with your tarot reading now. Group number one. The Justice. And the Justice is a card that speaks about creating balance out of paying my debts or receiving what is due to me. I mean, if somebody owes me anything, and I receive the payment for it, that is also justice. And here, there is the card of justice with the 7 of swords. Actually, when I was looking at this card, I remember this card, okay? The poster, because if you see the poster of this is the thief. He is looking to he's walking towards a direction, but which is the past, but looking to the future is opposite to the direction of the priestess. The priestess is facing the future, but looking to the past, and the thief is going towards the past, but looking to the future. And this card, it's about the trickster. It's about, sometimes not necessarily has to have a negative meaning, but I would call it the card in this case because it ends with the justice when something is not coherent. And I think you are finishing a time of your, karmic period, your life, in which you were incoherent. You are creating justice. You are creating balance. The way of creating balance or justice can be through an uncomfortable way, meaning that your life could be going in a direction that you don't feel happy with. But it's because balance is being created in your system so that you become coherent, and then you move in the direction of your mind. Your actions, your mind and your heart gets aligned to move in the direction. While as long as you are not in coherence, as long as your words do not express what you really feel, and as long as your words and actions do not express what you really say or think, we got problems. Now, towards where you are walking, towards love, understanding love as this card, as the inner balance of your divine feminine and masculine, as the balance between your receptive and your active aspect, between your boundaries, your actions, and your reception, your passivity, your silence, your meditation. So you are coming out of a very unbalanced time, and you are walking now towards coherence and harmony. And that incoherence in the past could manifest through karmic connections. Lots of karmic connections. Relationships with friends, emotions, partners, family, whatever, but they were probably very karmic because you were not in alignment. Your soul, your body, your spirit, your mind. And now that you finish, that you're creating balance, or this is like, let's say, like you're going through a closure and you're moving in alignment, there is an inner balance. Because now instead of incoherence, you are adopting coherence. And I feel that is because you are integrating your feminine energy, which has been a topic these days with the High Priestess. By your feminine energy, understand it as your introspection, your process of pause, self-analysis, very connected to the card of adjustment, very connected to the card of like, yeah, okay, there is a pause that is done in the middle of the path. And that is pretty much, it's a very feminine energy in a way. It's a feminine action. You are definitely creating here with this, let's say, installment or update of the feminine energy within an alignment. It's letting you know, or it is announcing a moment of introspection and self-work. self, like you're making yourself, you're crafting yourself innerly. And that is moving you away from moments of confusion. You are moving on from confusion. And I feel that up to now, there are things in your table that you don't understand why they happen or what is the meaning of them or what is the meaning behind these things, these situations happening in your life. It is like, I don't get it why I'm going through this. I don't get why I'm going through this situation. I don't get what is the purpose of this situation. And they are telling you the purpose of this situation is going to be revealed. Or I don't know if this is the direction A or B. And they are telling you it's going to be revealed. You're going to receive the answer that you need. Like you're going to know which direction to go. Group number 1. Transformation. The death. '21, the world. There is something here that there is a cycle, that the process of transformation, that you had to go through this cycle that you experience during a couple of years, it's ending. This feels like a graduation of a stage. And with this graduation, you come out as a person with a lot of mental clarity, with your feminine energy active, in balance and harmony with your masculine energy, regardless of your gender. Before, you were completely unbalanced, and you were very connected to the mind, even though your actions were based on your mind, not on your intuition. So you were running on a masculine program. It didn't bring success. It didn't bring achievement. With the activation of the feminine energy and the introspection, this is how you end up. Because I feel that group number 1 has a very strong mental body. That is like your strength, or the aspect of yourself that is the strongest. It's not like your emotional body is stronger. No, it's like you're a person who can detach from the emotion and think straight which path to take. So it's like you have more of a masculine cut. And it was fine. It was just that even though this is your nature, you were in a need to embrace the feminine part. And that feminine part is being, or you are finishing with a moment in which you were not living according to that, and now it's being integrated. And with the integration of that feminine energy, you still have your barriers clear, you still have your mind very straightforward to a direct, your direction, what you want to achieve. You're gonna be able to download that energy into the earth and create finally what you wanted to create. if I could see here, the core message of your reading is your creation. It's like that thing that you are creating, that you are working in, your project, whatever it is, in any aspect of your life. It can be that you are working on yourself, on your spirituality, on your connection, on your career, on your family, on your relationship. Whatever it is, it's going to succeed. And because you are integrating the aspects that you needed for this project to have success. It can be more than a project. This, for some of you, might have to do with a romantic connection, with a relationship. But again, it doesn't mean there is a relationship right now in your life. Because in my understanding, your disconnection that you see in the cards, in many cases, obviously manifest in the reality of people, starts with the inner connection. I mean, your inner masculine and your inner feminine in alignment. And where you come from of leaving behind a situation where your heart wasn't the one operating and leading the process. It was closed for whatever reason. Here with the tower, there is a structure, or there is something that is ending or transforming itself, which coming from the past, allowing you to move on into a new future, a new beginning in a relationship, or a new beginning in any sort of manifestation that requires you to integrate your feminine and your masculine inside of you. The reason why this couldn't be possible before had to do with karma. Karma that you were pulling from your ancestors. So, and you're walking away from it. You are succeeding on it. You are releasing what's not yours. What I would invite you to do is that take the point about this reading that is resonating with you, related to whatever it is, for example, a project, a relationship, a life project, in any area or in general, and try to compare yourself how the things that you live up to today were the repetition of the patterns of your family, that you were pulling from them, that you were pulling from lifetimes. And how, when you are doing this releasing of this massive obstacle, when you are creating balance and releasing it, life is moving now on your favor in that area of your life. Yes, it's like now life is giving you, the doors are opening for you to achieve something in that area of your life, or in different areas of your life. Now, the key point here is that when you focus on yourself, instead of trying to deal with the exterior, instead of trying to change the reality from outside, instead of trying to change your partner, your your boss, your family, instead of wasting energy in judging the world. Here I see a redirection of the energy towards yourself. That moment brought as a consequence the release of the karma, the release of the obstacle. It's like you start cleansing it. And the cleansing agent was to work in your own personal creative project, but working it from within yourself. Group number 1. The Ace of Pentacles. The Emperor. The Judgment. And the Hangman. In this reading, I have a high number of major arcana. That means that for whoever is this message, this is a massive, you're going through a massive process. You hack the system. And when you did that and you hacked the system, you saw what was the way of operating. You saw the way of operating. What is the most suitable way to create alignment, coherence, and manifestation? Manifestation of opportunities related to stability, positioning, leadership, establishment, strength, power, because the two principles here, masculine and feminine, are beautiful aligned, in a beautiful alignment. And again, for some of you, this is related to a connection with someone else. But because regardless, this is happening within you, let it be manifested outside or not. And I definitely believe that this group is having a moment of pause. Yes, but it's because you are going through your own judgment. You're going through the judgment day, the judgment time, which is, and this judgment, which is seeing the reality for what it is at your level, it's allowing you, or is giving you the gift of enlightenment. Because enlightenment in reality is like turning on a lamp in a dark room and see the reality as it is. See the real, it's like you're seeing something in the darkness and you can't really figure the color until you turn on a light and then you can see the color. That is exactly what is happening. You are seeing the colors of what surrounds you. Before, you were living in a state of darkness. And you created that connection. It's like you created a bridge between your both inner energies. And you start liberating karma, and liberating karma allow you an entry in a new timeline, or in a new reality. But in this reality, your vision is not anymore a physical vision only. It's a vision from the heart, and it's a vision from the spirit, from your inner divinity. And that is allowing you to create magic, to create alchemy, to create a transformation of your reality, to create change, to create manifestation. It's like you innerly connected the dots or the cables that weren't connected or weren't in their place. So yes, we are definitely in a time of adjustment, because they are telling you in order to advance, we need to collect, pick up, or to join few aspects of the past with some aspects of the future. And that is what is going to create the difference. So you are not moving forward, repeating the same situations of the past. That connection between the past and the future that you are doing is what is due to what is allowing through awareness. So that you stop, like, for example, getting older and living the same way, moving countries, but living the same way, advancing in your professional career, making more income, but thinking the same way. No, that is over. Now there is a new connection. There is a new way of seeing reality. There is a new way of experimenting reality with the alignment of the two sides of reality, the active and the passive. And that is the secret of alchemy. And you are making it. So this adjustment that you're going through is for this purpose, for the purpose of understanding how to do the jump, okay, to the new reality without failing. And so this is the message that I had for group number 1. I'll see you in the next video. Welcome, group number 2. We are going to start with your reading, but before I do so, I want to start with a card from this beautiful oracle, which is the oracle of the priestess. The card is the card of abundance, connected with the number 28, and it's talking about fortune, wealth, and plentiness. So this is what is opening the message here, okay? They are telling you that this card is like talking about your inner opening to the reception of abundance, of prosperity, okay? It's like you already have done a good amount of work, and now you're gonna be paid off by it. And this payoff will come in different forms. This abundance, fortune, wealth, plentiness, prosperity is gonna come in different shapes, through friends, through good moments, through health, through ease, through the fulfillment of dreams, through being able to live and according to your passion. So we need to start looking at all those things that we are grateful for every day, write them down, and understand that that is where I'm receiving the wealth, the fortune, and the abundance. Okay? So yes, unlimited wealth is coming to your way in unexpected ways. It's very important to not fixate our mind and to think that prosperity, wealth, and abundance only come in a shape. When our mind is fixated in that, we don't see what we are receiving every day. We just see scarcity. So this photo is actually very interesting. because behind her, you cannot see, but behind her there is someone else, and we can only see her arms. And you only have two hands. You can only receive in two hands, but she's receiving with four hands. Meaning there is an assistance that is helping you to open or create more receptivity. And the elephants, if you want, you can Google the elephant as a spiritual totem. This is with two elephants in this beautiful card. And number 28. 28 takes you back to 1, 10, these beginnings. All right, so let's start with the tarot reading for group number 2. I'm gonna leave the card here because I feel that with group number 1, same happened. The message was associated to the card, the Temperance, the Hangman, and the King of Pentacles. 3 of Wands. Something makes me say, pushing me to say, it's very important to reevaluate our concepts. As we did, I think in previous videos, we spoke about abundance, and I mentioned that abundance is when that which you love loves you back. So when you can create a connection with what you have and enjoy it. If you have lots of things, but you don't create a connection, or you don't have enjoyment, it's telling you that you're not living in abundance. You're living in a scarcity. It could be a scarcity of health, or a scarcity of time, a scarcity of good mood, a scarcity of passion, a scarcity of love. So, for example, a person that is depressed is in a type of a scarcity. A person that has no time is in a type of a scarcity person. So, abundance is when there is a reciprocal connection between me and what I have. And I can fulfill dreams, desires, wishes with what I have. And this is connected to this card, fortune, wealth, plenty. Ask yourself, what are those things, group number 2, that you feel fortunate to have in your life? Could be people, opportunities, friends, emotions, awareness, qualities, wealth. What is worthy for you? What are the things that you appreciate? And they could have no value in the market, or they could be people that have no, that you can't put a price to, or it can be things that are that can be sold and they have a price. It doesn't matter. But what is wealth for you? What are the things that you give a lot of value to? And plenty. With plenty, connect to, there is a source of things that is sort of infinite, like a fountain, like in a spring where water flows and it never stops. This is the key of your reading here. Here, there is a rebalance that group number 2 is doing. You are healing your concept and your vision of wealth, abundance, and prosperity. You are seeing it from a different angle. It's like you're falling down, or more than falling down, elevating yourself from a very basic vision, or from a very superficial vision of what wealth is and what prosperity is. And that growth it's allowing you to move on, to transcend. Because probably before you thought that you were fortunate, or you had abundance if certain things happen in your life, like related to career, work, money. And I think your vision got healed. Why healed? Because it transcended the basic vision of 3D. And for some reason, group number 2 is giving way more value to the emotions. Watch out what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the emotions from an irrational point of view that you should feed dense emotions. I would change the word emotion for feelings. You are seeing the value. Group number 2 it's about value. You are seeing the value of your feelings. You are moving from being very practical, physical, to more psychic, spiritual. And this is happening because there is people with whom you are having an exchange of energy, and you probably were a very material person, or a person was very materialistic, very oriented into, you are what you have and that's it. And you were much more psychic, spiritual, more connected to feelings, more connected to dreams, more connected to the other realm, the spirituality. But probably you were lacking earth, or that person was lacking earth. I mean, you would put yourself in the position that belongs to you. So you can be either the materialistic or the spiritual. In any case, there is here an exchange of energy that has created a lot of alchemy. Here, the key word is the alchemy that is being created between you and another person. And so you have integrated the aspect that you were missing. So for example, if you were a person that you were very connected to the matter, to the material world, you are connecting more to the feelings, to the dreams, to the spiritual aspect. And if you were the other side, the very spiritual, elevated person, you are giving much more value to practicality. You are rooting yourself, basically. This is definitely a connection that is creating balance. There is a connection here that is creating balance in your life, in your system. This is a connection that is creating, that is bringing you back to your center. It's similar to the reading of group number 1, because group number 1 was about alignment between the feminine and the masculine in a way. And that was taking them to materialize in their reality. Here, you're creating a stability and connection with the universe. Flowing with the universe. The difference is that if this reading is talking about abundance to me, for some reason, I think that I was connecting to a very masculine group, even if they were women in group number 1. So with the I was connecting with the masculine energy that was embracing the feminine aspect. And in this reading, I am connecting to the feminine energy that is connected or receiving from the masculine energy. So it's the opposite. And that's why it's creating abundance, because this group were much more spiritual and less rational, and therefore unable to materialize here. And you're moving on from being very high in your spiritual world. You're walking down. You're coming back to the earth. And with this walking back to the earth, I can see how you are downloading ideas that when you download them, you plant them on the earth. And with that planting, you can have a manifestation. Seven of Swords. This card is different from the other Seven of Swords. Trying to see what this card is telling me. First of all, I do see the shift in perception. I'm seeing a person that is descending. And with this descending, materializing, but also a shift in perception. Of what was worthy or what was good. I mean, like, I feel that there was judgment when you were high, all the way high there, up there. There was judgment about what it was. There was judgment about others. There was judgment about the way others live. Yeah, you are now that you're connecting to the earth, you're understanding more. Group number 2. This energy that is making you more practical. You're feeling now like you start liking the earth. And I'm connecting with the group of people that were very spiritual for a very long time, contrary to group number 1. And like you were very connected from very early age. And there was, in certain cases, maybe a little bit of spiritual arrogance here. But still, you were incomplete. You were missing the connection with the earth. Now you're acquiring it. And you start enjoying. It's like a new toy. You start enjoying because it's like you're learning to manifest. And if not, you're going to learn very soon. So it's like a new skill. And you are seeing the value and the beauty of it. It's like these are people that Before, they were only giving the value to worship, meditation, praying, connecting. And now they start seeing the value in manifesting, working, creating on earth. There was before a confusion and a limitation in seeing the importance of emotional connections, relationships. And it had to do like probably if you were like very spiritual person before, or you were trying to connect a lot and that was your purpose and you were very much into it, you were removing the importance of things that you consider earthly: money, career, finances, and relationships, because you were very limited in your perception of connections. It's like you used to see connections as something very superficial, like something that even waste your time. Like, for example, thinking, why would I waste my time being with somebody to be fighting with, or to go to the cinema, or to go for dinner, when I need to focus on my enlightenment? I need to focus on my spiritual awakening. I need to focus on my paradise. I need to focus on my knowledge. I need to focus on my technique or whatever. So there was a diminishing here in the concept of connection with another. Like you were not giving to it the value, or you were not sensing the dimension, the importance of it. Because I agree, 90% of the cases, the people that surround us, their connections are very superficial and even very harmful, making it seem like a waste of time. And you are shifting that perception, or you're going to be shifting it very, very soon. Because you will see, or you started to see, that connection with another, which was the beginning of your reading, is energetically changing you. It's not only that you are more busy because you have somebody to have activities with on a weekend, no. Or because you got married and you have now a family, no. It got to do with the fact that it's changing you internally. It's transforming you, meaning the connection that you're having with the earth comes from what you're receiving from that person. And here it is the person again. This connection is at many levels: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And here is let's say, like the offering, the connection, the opportunity to receive the cup. The cup is the gifts and what you need in order to succeed, by aligning, by balancing. Connect again with the first card. By aligning, by balancing, by creating a strength, and creating, therefore, manifestation. It's like group number 2, there is no purpose in being very spiritual. There is no meaning in being very spiritual if you are unable to manifest here in this reality a change. There is no purpose of knowing a lot about something if that is not creating a physical evidence or a physical manifestation that is reflected in your life. And the way to bring that down, yes, is through service, through putting your talents at the service of others, and that creates for you abundance, stability, happiness, well-being. Group number 2 had a division. It's like you were not appreciating the world and you were not appreciating life. You were not seeing the value of life as from the material point of view. And now that is shifting thanks to a connection that you have with someone and thanks to the energetic exchange. And that is the message that I have for you today, group number 2, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.